Your Social Security check will not be cut unless a couple instances take place. Well, that's what I want to share with you here in this video because I've been seeing a bunch of comments out there, I've been seeing a bunch of headlines and all kinds of information out there suggesting Social Security checks are being cut in a massive way and we got to look out because all of our benefits are going to be taken away. That's not totally true, but in some instances, the answer is, well, yeah, actually, it could actually happen. So I want to clarify a couple different instances out there right now that, yes, could be taking the benefit checks of some people, as well as out into the future a little bit here, that if we don't get any action on this, we will all see a massive cut to our benefits in a pretty big way, and we all got to look at all the details behind this, okay? So many different instances here. I'm going to break it all down, talk about what's currently going on right here, right now, with some of the new rules and some of the reinstatements that have come out this year, as well as different changes that they've implemented within Social Security, as well as some other reports that are out there as well, suggesting what may be occurring in the relatively near-ish future as well, all of which containing, well, pretty massive cuts to benefits. Okay, so let me break all that down for you here in this short video. All right, now, first off, let's quickly just talk about what we're looking at as far as out into the future a little ways. And I just want to look at this first simply because the other aspect of potential benefit cuts here, we've talked about it before in the videos, but again, I just want to clarify it, but we'll get into that second here. But let's first off talk about potential cuts to benefits in a matter of years. What is this all about? The whole insolvency issue, right? We've talked about this many times before, but let me just break this down because time is a ticking away. And because of some different aspects of all of this, as in some different rules, some different laws that have been implemented as of recently, the whole insolvency situation is coming closer and closer, and this is going to impact everybody to a major degree if they don't actually do something. Okay, now obviously the whole insolvency issue, we've talked about this, it's not like a new thing at all, but it's something that is coming, and it's not going to be that many years away, realistically, from where we are at right now, like 7.5, maybe 8 years, kind of depends on the different reports that you look at right now, but it's coming quickly. Remember, it was not that long ago when they're like, it's 10 years away, we've got 10 full years. It's not 10 years anymore. It's significantly less than that. Now, I want to point something out really quickly because there's been a lot of criticism over the Social Security Fairness Act, right? I'm not going to make this video all about Social Security Fairness Act, but I do need to bring it up because this is something that we've seen a lot of critics coming out against, saying this is going to destroy the trust fund and this is going to make Social Security insolvent significantly faster. Well, yeah, that's actually true. It will. But this is the law that was passed back, late last year to be fair, but it was signed into law back on January 5th of this year. And they sent out billions and billions and billions of dollars. It's going to cost about $200 billion over the course of 10 years for about 3.2 million people to get significantly more money in their monthly benefit check every single month for the rest of their lives, as well as the huge lump sum payments they paid out in the end of February and basically throughout March as they sent those out, right? So anyway, that's one aspect of it, and that actually brought the insolvency issue about 6 months or more closer to present time. So yeah, it definitely had an impact on the whole insolvency situation. Now, one more thing that actually saved Social Security from becoming insolvent even sooner is this whole idea of no more taxes on Social Security benefits, right? Now, this was something that they floated, and they said that if they do this, this is going to push insolvency closer by, again, another 6 months or so. That would have happened. However, as we recognize, they're not removing taxation on Social Security benefits, but rather offering that $4,000 bonus, which, again, we've talked about it before in other videos, the deduction, okay? So that's what that is. Now, that saved some extra time on the whole insolvency issue. Regardless of what happens here, here's what we do want them to do. And again, I know this is probably like an unpopular thing to say, and it's contradicting or it's contrary, right? It's a contrarian way of approaching this. Many of us look at lawmakers and we're like, hey, don't touch Social Security. Well, whatever you've got to do not touch the program. It's easy to think that way, but I would actually say this much. Please, lawmakers, do something to Social Security. The reason that I say that is because, is it because I'm nuts? Well, not really. I mean, that might be true too, but that's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because if they do nothing, we are guaranteed a cut to our benefit around, give or take a little bit, 20+%. Again, give or take, it oscillates all the time. It's changing all the time because of a variety of factors, but it's about 20%, give or take a little, is how much of a cut we'll see to our benefit if they do nothing, okay? So that's the difference here, is that we can encourage lawmakers, do something, or we can say lawmakers, do nothing. They're really good at doing nothing, by the way. That's like their job, is doing nothing in the world, right? So if you ever have something that you definitely do not want to be done, just ask a lawmaker to do it. They'll surely not do it for you, okay? Anyway, sorry. I have to rip on them a little bit, right? But anyway, so that's the situation, is if they do nothing, if they do absolutely nothing, we see a guaranteed cut of, again, around 20% or so in, again, about 7.5, 8 years, give or take a little bit, depending on time. That's going to be here before we know it. I mean, it was just honestly not that long ago that they were talking about, oh, we've got 10 years. That 10 years has been shaved down quite a bit here to 7.5, maybe 8 years if we're lucky. So my point being is that we're losing time quick here, okay? They've got to do something relatively fast. And the longer that they wait, the harder it's going to be to dig out of the hole. That's the point, right? They need to stop digging first. We're not even at the point where we've stopped digging yet. We need to stop digging the hole first before we can start climbing out of it. Okay, so that's step number one. Okay, so that's one aspect that, yes, benefits will be cut for everybody in the event of an insolvency type of situation. Obviously, that's many years out into the future, but that is a real thing that could easily be happening. Anyway, let's not worry about that right now. We've still got a lot of time. However, here's the other aspect that I want to talk about as well, and we've seen this out there a bunch in the headlines. I've talked about it, to be fair, in other videos. We've discussed this in live streams. We've talked about it in other videos. This whole reinstatement of the 100%, whoops, just kidding, not 100%, 50% garnishment, right? We heard all that back in the beginning of March. We're reinstating the 100% garnishment. And then a couple weeks later, just kidding, we're going to do 50%, right? And then, oh, by the way, SSI is locked in at 10%, that whole situation. So, yes, this is happening. It is impacting beneficiaries. Is it impacting everybody? Answer is no, not even close. Okay, I've had a number of people in the live streams, down below in the comment section on videos, reaching out saying, hey, I'm super worried about this. Am I going to get an overpayment letter? I'm going to be fair with you. I don't know. I have no idea who's going to get an overpayment letter or who's not, right? But all I can say is this much. Just watch your mailbox. If you happen to get an overpayment letter, take action immediately. Don't sit on it. Don't wait on it. File an appeal. File for a waiver. Do whatever you've got to do to get out of it. And hopefully it'll be granted for you. But if it's not, then yes, benefits will be garnished if you do not pay them back, which I don't know if I've ever heard of an instance where somebody just cuts a check to Social Security and says, here you go, here's a check for thousands and thousands of dollars. Here, go ahead. Just take all this money and we'll just pretend like it never happened and all that, right? I can't think of a single instance where that has ever happened to my knowledge that anybody does that, right? Most people just say, I don't have the money, I'm not doing that, and I'll just forfeit some of my benefit. Well, that's the situation, okay? Now, the overpayment letters, based on some information that was released, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so, give or take a little bit, about 2 million of these letters go out per year, most of which are going to SSDI and SSI beneficiaries that get overpayment letters. Not exclusively, but there's a number of these beneficiaries that get them. A lot of beneficiaries into these two categories get these overpayment letters. Obviously, retirement beneficiaries, spousal, survivors beneficiaries, they also get them too. But the bulk go to SSDI and SSI beneficiaries, okay? Okay, does everybody get one? No, not even close. Not even close to everybody. It's only like 2%. 2% of the total population of beneficiaries get an overpayment letter on any given year. That's it, 2%. Okay? But if you get an overpayment letter, what I said earlier, take action immediately, file an appeal, file for a waiver, whatever you got to do. Now, here's a little strategy behind this. I've said this before in other videos, and I'm going to say it again really quickly. They will not move forward with garnishing benefits as long as an open appeal or waiver has been filed, okay? So until that has been resolved, they will not move forward with any type of garnishment to your benefit. Point being is whether they grant your waiver or they grant the appeal or not, and they say, okay, good, you don't have to pay this back, you're fine. Whether they grant that or not, at the very minimum, you're going to push it out into the future, kick the can down the road a few months, because Social Security is notoriously slow with everything that they possibly do. But when it comes to paying benefits and approving people for applications and stuff like that and awarding people benefits, it's incredibly slow. But when it comes to getting money, I'm sure they act quite a bit faster. But my point being is that as long as there's an open appeal or a waiver that's been filed, they will take zero action on collecting those benefits, okay? That's kind of the thing, is that you could potentially delay this significantly out in the future by just filing that right away and just basically saying, okay, let's just go through this process, right? And then obviously if they award it and they approve it, well, then the awesome part about that is that you, well, obviously don't have to pay it back, or they reduce the recovery rate or whatever it happens to be. It's always worth trying. You never know. I say that all the time. It's always worth asking. Please just ask. You'll never, well, I shouldn't say in this case, it's not as simple as asking. It's, yeah, you got to fill out the proper form, stuff like that, but that's the situation, okay? So in general, will most beneficiaries see a cut to their benefit? Answer is, in the short term, no, not even close. You don't have to worry about any of it. Okay, please don't worry about that. Please do not lose sleep over it. You'll be good. The vast majority of beneficiaries are totally fine. In the long term, do we need to worry about a cut to our benefit? Well, it's still a potential thing. They're not doing anything as of right now. Lawmakers have done nothing. And will they do something in the next 1 year? Highly doubt it. In the next 2 years? Highly doubt it. In the next 5 years? Possibly. Again, it just totally depends. And again, this is just in regards to the insolvency situation. Are they going to do other things around Social Security? Yeah, absolutely they will. But this is just in regards to the insolvency issue where the trust fund is running out of money and then they're going to cut benefits when they do deplete the trust fund. That's the problem, okay? Anyway, I know there's a lot of questions out there. I know there's a lot of people that are very concerned about benefits being cut. Right now, don't worry about it. You're good, okay? Right now. But you know what to do if you get an overpayment letter, things like that. Okay, these are the instances in which somebody could see their benefit cut. Now, obviously, there's other instances as well that's very specific, like if somebody is trying to cheat the system, or if somebody's lying about something, or if they're doing something shady, then obviously they could be kicked off and lose their benefit. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. That's pretty basic. We all know, break the rules and you lose your benefit, right? That's pretty basic stuff. Also, if somebody earns over the threshold as an SSI, SSDI beneficiary, then obviously benefits will be cut there. We've talked about that before in other videos. So in those instances, you're pretty much good, okay? Yeah, let's leave it at that for now. I hope that helps to understand the situation. And again, just don't worry about it for the most part, okay? If you're not working a ton, if you're not earning a ton of money, if your Social Security benefit is your only source of income and you're not pulling something weird, you're probably fine, okay? I know it sounds super weird, but that's the reality behind this. I hope this helps you. Otherwise, hey, if you need any help with your Medicare or if you have questions on Medicare, please utilize this free resource. I did a ton of research, a couple months worth of research, finding the best team of advisors, the most trusted leading advisors in this country. It's them right there. That's your exclusive phone number right there. Please call them with all your questions on Medicare. They will help review your current plan, find you a better plan. And again, they have access to over 20,000 plans across the country. And this is in regards to Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, Medicare Part D, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment in a Medicare, if you're turning 65 or retiring. If any of those apply to you and your situation, please call them now. Take advantage of that free resource. They have access to over 20,000 plans. They're searching through all the plans to find you the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best fit for you and your personal needs. They're looking through all of it. and they're going to help you out as much as they possibly can. It's incredible to see what they're doing for those of you here in this community. Thousands of you here in this community have already called them. I've seen the numbers. It's absolutely incredible. The average person is saving $1,100 of average savings. Obviously, no guarantees, but that's the average, which is really, really awesome. So anyway, they're going to help you find the best plan so you can see the doctors and providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, the prescription needs if you have any at all. They're looking through all that and finding you your best option. So pretty awesome stuff. Again, write that phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, especially as we approach annual enrollment here, just a couple months away right now. It's not that far. Take advantage of it now. Be at the beginning of the line, be at the front of the line, so you're not at the back of the line with everybody else. Establish that communication now. Call them. Establish the communication so when annual enrollment rolls around, you're already in place. You already have your plan set up, and you're good to save money, to get better coverages, to have the necessary coverages that you need. Establish that now. Seriously, give them a call. Totally free resource right there. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, just want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. Otherwise, who do you know? Friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, cashiers at the local grocery store, or pharmacy, or a garbage man, or postal worker, somebody like that. Share that phone number with them again so they can also get some help with their Medicare. Otherwise, please subscribe to the channel if you're new here, if you've not done so. Also, feel free to share the video. Big share button down below. Check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen in just a minute here. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.